HP, why are you such a snake?
Dude, my whole group is full of snakes.
Alright, I don't know what that was, but
We don't know what that's about, but
maybe we'll explain it later. I
yeah,
don't know.
maybe later.
Alright, so we are here on our first podcast. Hopefully this one's good because this is like our third try.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, but hey, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Alright, my name is Suk. I have Kamal here with me.
Hello.
As he wants his name to be pronounced.
Hey, man.
And
I'll take
then we have a few guests here with us. Sean.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves. You fucking.
What's up?
What's up? Okay, his name is Sean. Let me just, I don't know. I guess he doesn't know.
He's probably the awkward guy in the group. Probably the most awkward.
Shut your mouth. I'm not a guest.
You can't use that now.
All right, we have HP,
What's up, guys?
and then his little brother.
Hi.
He's like a +1.
Yeah. You RSVP? Yeah, I don't even think you know what that.
Hey, our last one was fucking sick.
All right, and then we have Sukjinder in the back, but he's not listening.
He's doing his own thing today.
And then watching.
He's not in the right state of mind.
I think he's a little high.
Too high.
Yeah, he's actually pretty sober. Give him some.
All right, can you turn the volume down though, Sukjinder, because the mic picks that up, please? Thank you. All right, so our first topic. What were you, Cam? You were telling me about something earlier.
Oh, so I was just watching a video on YouTube the other day, and it was about this guy. He's like 109 years old, and he served in World War II. Like, it was like a 5-minute clip, and I thought it was hella interesting. Like, they just covered his like upbringing, like what he went through, what he saw, like just like went over his like wisdom and shit. So like, let me go ahead and tell you like some of the facts like that he experienced like through life. So like, just take this into perspective. He was 12 when World War I ended.
Wait, how old is this guy?
He's 109.
Right now?
Yes.
And he's still alive.
He's still alive. He's still kicking. He's actually 113. It was 2 years ago when the documentary was filmed.
And he's still alive right now.
He's still alive now. So he'd be 111.
111.
Yeah.
And when was he born? What year?
It was 19 something. Can't figure it out.
Can't do math.
Yeah, I don't know. It was 19 something, but anyways.
111.
He was 4 years old when the Titanic shipped off.
So what is that, 19...
It'd be 1916.
16?
1960?
Or actually, no, 1906.
1906.
Whatever.
1906.
Forget that. But just check it out. He was 4 when when
1906.
the Titanic first sailed. He was 12 when World War I ended. He was 23 during the stock market crash. He would have been 23, 33 during the Dust Bowl.
Like the 1929 stock market crash?
Yeah, 1929.
He was 23 already.
23. And
that's crazy.
Through age 23 and 33,
so he went
through the Dust Bowl and Great Depression.
He lived through like Prohibition.
He lived through it all. It's that, crazy, yeah.
Like 30s.
The discrimination.
The Model T.
Everything. Model T. He mentioned in there, he's like, that's one of the first cars I've ever seen. He's like, we didn't even know what cars were until like one of his. He used to pick cotton. Right?
So is he like mentally? How is he like still? Right now?
Like sharp. Sharp as a whistle, dude. Yeah, he's
amazing.
legit.
What
yeah.
is he? What is he? Is he white?
He's African American.
He's African American.
Yeah, he's African American. And
so he experienced racism.
Funny enough, like the commentator asked him, he's like, "Oh, like so, what's your secret?" He's like, honestly, I just sip a glass of whiskey a day and like 3 cigars.
It doesn't your.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Wait. Doesn't your grandpa? How old is your grandpa, by the way?
Grandpa is 103 now.
He's 103, yeah, and so doesn't. Weren't you telling me he drinks a glass of whiskey every night?
A glass of whiskey every night, and he's still kicking.
I think we found the.
Yeah, I think that's the fountain of youth.
Fountain of youth.
yeah. Crazy. But anyways.
That wasn't a fart. That was.
Yeah.
I was opening a bottle.
So check it out. He was 33 when World War II started, and 39 when World War II ended.
Was he in World War II?
That's the war he enlisted in.
Yeah, because a lot of people back then, all the youngsters got called into
drafted. Yeah. So check it out. So he was 57 when JFK was assassinated.
Whoa.
He was
57.
57.
That's like
It's so mind-boggling,
how old are you?
right?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and I'm 19.
Yeah.
And this guy was
Just take that into perspective.
7 years old.
Yeah. When JFK was assassinated. And he was 62 when MLK was assassinated. Dude, it's so mind-boggling.
Crazy.
And then he was 63 when man first walked on the moon. He was 63.
Supposedly.
We'll get into that in another time. And he was 69 when the Vietnam War ended.
That's crazy.
Crazy, like how much like life this guy lived. It's amazing, right? It's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
That's so like mind-boggling.
I mean, he's 57.
Yeah.
When JFK was assassinated.
He's been through it all, dude. From the worst to the best.
He's like a fucking history book.
And he even got to live through the first African American president, dude. How crazy is that? He got to see that in his lifetime also.
So he experienced all that racism, all that hate.
Everything.
And then
seeing the first black African American president.
Crazy.
Crazy, right?
And he's still living.
Yeah, and he's still alive. Yeah,
and he's still sharp.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah, and he's sharp as a whistle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine how much more stuff he's gonna live through.
Oh, crazy, right? Think about it. He got to see the rover land on Mars.
Yep.
Right? What else?
That was like science fiction in like the 30s.
Yeah,
that's you couldn't even imagine.
Him growing up, he probably didn't even fathom.
Yeah, or the internet.
That
or like
ever
cell
happening.
phones. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Or
and
Trump.
if you guys want to look up this video, his name is Richard Overton. He's America's oldest veteran.
How do you spell Overton?
It's Richard Richard Overton Overton. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Richard is pretty hard to spell, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought that was amazing. That I'd like to share that with you guys.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Any other stories? Guess.
Nothing like that.
So as you can see, the rest of my friends are pretty.
All right, that's the podcast.
Lame.
Thanks for joining us. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna talk about more stuff. What do you guys want to talk about now?
Let's talk about anything. Have you guys ever experienced like any like abnormal experiences, or like
ghosts?
Like
unexplainable?
Yeah, the unexplainable. I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I've experienced things that could be explained in like
through logic.
Yeah. But I perceive them as supernatural. Yeah. Like I could tell you about this one time. Me and my friends were out in the cuts, and we were just driving around
in the cuts.
And we.
For those of you who don't know what cuts is, it's like the countryside.
The countryside, yeah.
Like the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we decided to turn back. So we tried to make a U-turn. So we were faced towards the orchards, and our lights were on. Yeah. And my friend thought it would be funny to flick the lights off and then flick them on. And right as he flicked them off, we had already seen the orchards, right?
Yeah.
So we had seen that there was nothing there.
So at this point, you're looking at the orchard.
At the orchard. So we see that there's nothing there past it, and they were high beams, so...
Hold up. Were you high at the time?
No. No, I was completely sober. Completely sober at the time.
Yeah. Great question.
That's pretty important.
And I saw... So when he flicked off the lights, we were like, oh, we're obviously not going to see anything. But once he flicked them back on, I was in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And I saw this white figure in the middle of the orchard.
Figuring as like a man?
Could that be explained?
It was like a child. It seemed like a child.
For how long did you see this image?
Until we drove away. And
wait,
everyone
it was there the entire time.
And everyone saw it.
So it was like standing there.
It was standing there, yeah.
And everyone saw it?
Yeah, everyone saw it. So everyone saw the same exact thing.
Can you describe it? Time. Like, what was it?
So it was very far away, right? It was about maybe I'd say like 200 feet.
Yeah.
200 feet away.
In the distance, you say.
In the distance, right? So like you could see like.
Was it moving?
Huh?
Was it coming towards you?
No. It wasn't moving at all. It was standing dead still, but it was bright white.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just standing. So you could kind of see the silhouette, and you could see it was short. It wasn't very tall.
So it was like a child.
It looked like a child. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, like that's one instance.
One experience.
Yeah.
That is pretty trippy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you guys have any experiences?
That's
Crazy. Hey, what about that one time when you guys went to what was that mountain called? There's like a weird ass phenomenon you guys couldn't explain. Something about the shadow.
I think that's a known one though, right?
Oh no,
yeah, that's pretty known.
Yeah, Diablo Grande. So no one could explain why there's. If you ever go there at night, you can only see it at night. That there's
Explain
this
to the viewers like how it works.
So how it works is like if you're there during the day, you will not see anything different. It's a mountainside.
Yeah.
Right, and you won't see any difference. It's actually very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go during night, you see this kind of black figure within the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That
like a silhouette of a place.
like a silhouette, and it kind of looks like a shadow, but there's no like light there.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be a shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly one of the trippiest things ever.
Yeah,
and if you ever visit Diablo Grande in Patterson, California.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's in Patterson?
Yeah.
We should go.
Yeah, that's pretty low. Yeah, we should. We should
that's
take
what
a
I told you.
Sean's already been out there.
I've already been out there.
I'd like to
That
see
would be
it.
a good clip to put in here for
Yeah,
viewers.
Yeah.
I'd like to check it out one time.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool.
I mean, this will probably come
Have
out
you guys
before,
like so like let's say you guys get into a car, right? Have you guys ever checked the back seat, like if somebody's like sitting there behind you?
Oh, I check
Like, when
every
you're
time.
driving? I check
every
single
time. Every time.
I
Only-
tend to check it only like when we
Yeah.
talk about shit like this.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now
If
that we talked
leave,
about
if
this.
I leave,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and check it.
Because
Like, I didn't
especially
drive
if you're
here.
alone.
I didn't drive here, but
But
if
mine,
especially
mine
here.
is so small that nobody can fit in there.
Uh-huh.
But I'd still check.
I check mine because my windows are tinted,
yeah.
and you know how I have lights inside that car,
you can
right?
see the rear, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I can see
that's
the
scary.
rear. So I always check. But back when I had my Accord, right? I had no lights in
Your
there.
Honda Accord?
The Honda Accord. I had no lights in there, right? So I'd always get scared. So I'd always make sure, like, right when I got into the car and it was
Just
dark,
look over.
just look over once. Just make sure.
What if he saw something?
Dude,
I'd have a heart attack.
I would have a hard
I'll
time,
jump
dude.
out of the car and just run.
Honestly, like, you know how I used to take the country roads to
Yeah.
go to work?
Yeah.
I
And
just felt like someone pop out.
I was always scared because I was alone.
Yeah.
I was always alone. That's why I wanted lights inside my car, so like I didn't feel alone. You know when you have lights around you,
Yeah.
like you don't feel like you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
But like I would always check the back, like constantly, like make sure like there's, dude, there's so
Oh,
much
that's-
trippy stuff that you can
Like,
see.
yeah,
There's
like-
there's
yeah,
actually
like-
the rear view mirror. What if you looked in the end? You saw a
see
face.
something?
I would,
If you see
I
a
would
face-
literally
I would
fear.
have a heart attack.
I jump out. I don't know what I would do.
So
Yeah.
I've always heard like stories of the back road I take to school
Yeah.
being
When you go to
haunted.
Merced?
Like,
Santa Fe. That's the back road.
Santa Fe
Yeah.
is the back road.
And Oakdale, right?
But
And
I heard there's a
Oakdale.
lot of
Oakdale.
accidents.
I've
Because it's
heard-
a one way.
Oakdale
And
Road.
yes, there are a lot of
I feel like
accidents,
that's why, you know.
right?
So you feel like a lot of people died
I
there?
feel like a lot of people died there.
Yeah,
Good
so
accidents.
like I've heard things about hitchhikers seeing something in your mirror, and sometimes I feel like I see something as well, but like I don't really notice because I'm trying to look straight driving, you know, being alone and everything. So like I've never experienced anything on the road myself, but I
Yeah.
do fear the day I do.
Yeah. No, even going with you one day, I remember I saw like at least like 2 like memorial sites where they had like
Memorial
crosses.
sites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen those as well.
Yeah.
There's like flowers.
Just
and
flowers.
Just
yeah.
to honor wherever the person died
Mm-hmm.
by family
Pretty
members.
treacherous road.
That's scary.
Yeah.
It's always scary.
Hey, I remember hearing a story from you. So our friend HP, he lives on a farm, and I remember you.
Oh, and by the
me-
way, this farm is the
it's
middle
like
of nowhere.
Middle.
That's funny thing is we're actually there right now.
yeah, we're here right now. So, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I'll be checking the back before I
the
leave.
mic is on, so if you guys hear any funny noises,
Yeah. Go
It's
ahead and
not
let
bad.
us know in the comments
Yeah.
below.
So the story of
get
this
some
house.
ESPs. What are they called?
ESP.
ESPs,
something like
ESP
that.
setup. You know what I'm saying?
The story about this house is so pretty much we used to have people like trailer homes, right? And they used to like just have their space over there, and one time somebody got shot. So every
Uh-huh.
time, so he ended up dying, and
Some guy got shot and he died in front of your
on the property
On the
On your
on the
property.
land.
on my property.
like pretty close to your. So he has a bunch of land, but there's a road that goes straight to his house,
Yeah.
and he died on that road, right?
Yeah, he died on that road.
Yeah.
So
It's like a driveway, very
Yeah.
long driveway.
Open field.
Yeah.
and So he pretty much died, and his girlfriend used to come every single year and put up a cross, you know, and
Where he passed away.
yeah, every time. I forgot the day he passed away,
Yeah.
but so she would do that.
She still does it to this day every year, like on his
I haven't
death
seen her recently.
anniversary.
Yeah, I haven't seen her
Do
recently.
you know when he died? What day?
I don't remember. I just remember.
Do you know roughly how many years ago?
How many years ago? I was probably in fifth grade.
Fifth grade.
Like, let's see, like 06, maybe.
Yeah, that's quite some time.
It's quite a bit of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, when you come out here, it gets trippy,
Yeah.
right? It's dark. You're just like, oh, where am I going? In the middle of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of stories, like my uncles, you know, they've seen like shadows of people.
Yeah.
And the trippiest thing was, I was coming home with this guy, Sujinder, right? And
You gotta bring me into the don't you ever
and
like
I
that.
saw like a white thing running. Like, this was like the other day,
Where did you see this?
right in front of my house.
You saw a white thing running.
Yeah, white thing running.
Next to you?
No, like
Wait,
we were on the
whoa.
road,
Yeah.
but I saw a white piece
By
running.
that, by your like property, right?
Yeah, you.
I didn't want to say anything.
I didn't want to say anything.
I was pretty lit. I didn't want to say anything. I was tripping. I thought this was gonna make fun of me more, so I was like.
I saw a white thing
Oh, I
running.
saw going-
I got scared.
Wait, so
know?
you guys both saw it,
Yeah.
but you didn't tell each other that you saw it.
No, because I was scared.
That's
dude.
crazy.
This
So
fool was high
okay, let me
Okay, so that-
let
yeah,
me
okay.
explain that real quick to the viewers.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get closer to the mic, it would be better for all of us, so I don't have to
Alright.
keep turning the volume up and down. But so basically, what he just said was, there was two of them in the car. They were both driving somewhere.
We were
in front
driving home.
back-
We
near
were
his
coming back to my house.
near his house. Where was this exactly? Like in your driveway?
No, that road coming to my house.
So as soon as you take the turn onto the
Yeah, I saw a
Okay,
white thing
gotcha.
running. I thought it was
Okay,
like,
so he saw.
across the road,
So
you saw it.
what's
no,
crazy is
right
he.
here in front of my house.
Like it was running.
Oh my god! I would have
Yeah.
turned I would have turned around, dude.
I'd have dropped this fucker off. I got out of there hella quick.
No, the
I would've
only
left
reason
I would have left HP at
the
the.
only reason I didn't say
At
anything,
the
he was
corner.
with me, so I was like,
Okay, so let me explain it. So they were driving home, whatever. They saw a white thing near HP's farm home. And they both saw it, but they didn't tell each other that they saw it until like literally right now. They just told each other.
Yeah.
So they both saw it that day, and HP just brought it up,
Yeah.
and then his friend Sukhjinder just said, "Oh, I saw it too," but they had not discussed it prior to this.
yeah.
So that's
So this is the first time.
This is the first time we've both discussed it, but I didn't want to say anything because I was hella tripped
Oh
out.
no way! That is
Yeah.
a trip, dude.
that's trip.
That is
That's
a
Why do you
trip.
think this is why I
So what
bought
if it went?
Black
Okay, like
So then what happened after that? So he dropped you off on the driveway.
wait. So
No,
thinking logically,
Uh-huh.
what if it was just like an animal? Why couldn't it have been
Like a
just-
white cat or
Yeah.
something.
That's what I brushed it off with, so I didn't think like I was like I didn't want to think about
like a
ghosts.
rabbit or a mouse?
Yeah.
or
Was
I
it
didn't
something?
big?
How
Yeah, it
small?
looked like a person running away.
It looked like a child.
like a child. It looked like a legit child.
Probably like a teen or something.
Like someone like a GTA, I would say.
Okay, so what if it was an actual teen?
What if
I don't
it? What if
know,
it was
But
a
it was
Jeep?
straight white.
No, it wasn't like white. It's like you saw like a white
could see a
shirt or
figure,
something.
like a
Like you
figure.
could see the figure running.
But
But
if
you
you
couldn't actually make out a face.
Like I would
No.
shoot down your whole story, but the fact that both of you saw it. that's
No,
kinda
no.
weird.
I believe that you guys saw the thing.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to say like what exactly it is.
What? Yeah. What? It could
'Cause I don't-
be then.
Because it's
But look at
I don't know.
look at-
Like
I
we
agree with
assume
Jack
we
pretty
like
much.
Again.
you see anything crazy and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
assume like it's a ghost or whatever.
Yeah,
you
we
try
never-
to be a
we never think
rational
about
person.
it. Yeah, you gotta be
You
rational.
try to
But think
be-
about it. Back to my story. Out in an orchard, seeing something like that.
Yeah.
Who would be there?
But
There's a lot of people.
Hey, you
bro.
guys ever think
I
like
was in Orchard.
you guys
quite a
you
bit.
guys ever think like
This is
why
11
why
o'clock
why
at
is it that we always see a white
figure.
figure? Why is it always a
I've
white?
seen.
I think it's
black
because-
figures.
Okay, I don't know, but think about this. You're in an orchard, right? So you're already going into this orchard with the mentality that
You're gonna see something.
you're gonna see something.
No,
Yeah.
but
You know, there's a ghost here.
but he didn't go
So
into
some-
the
some-
orchard.
But I've never
subconsciously. I know you've never,
but I've never seen anything
but
like that.
our
before.
brain, like,
Subconsciously does
like
Subconsciously,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
it just like you just correlate scary dark orchards with ghosts. You know,
Ghosts.
creepy.
No, but like
things.
this is my own house. Like I wouldn't think of anything scary like
yeah,
that.
but
mine
it's
would.
pretty creepy here.
Yeah.
At
It's
night,
pretty creepy.
but like
You think your house is creepy?
I think my house is creepy. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
stay here alone.
exactly. So what I'm saying is subconsciously, like, your whole situation,
Uh-huh.
I think that was just an animal or something. But with Sean's situation with the orchards, I mean,
That's kind of hard to explain.
yeah.
But like the thing is, you can't
Think
explain
about
it because everybody saw it
Five
too.
people
Wait,
saw it, and
hey,
5 people
hey,
screamed
my
at the
question
exact
is-
same time.
See, when there's multiple witnesses, then it's pretty credible.
Why
crazy.
did
They all
you
They
saw
guys
all,
it.
so
run
you guys
over?
all screamed
Huh?
at the same time?
Why didn't you guys run it over?
What did you talk? It was in the orchard.
Oh, okay.
They all got.
Are they gonna run into a tree?
I'm just saying, you might as well
Run into the tree.
do something.
What are 5 teenagers gonna do with
Dude,
a spiritual being?
why don't we put a
You guys should've
camera-
just-
Hey, what do
Start
you
doing
do?
rituals. Right
Hey,
there.
what if that speech, like, that ghost came in, like, started walking towards you guys, like that person?
I would have ran.
What if it was a
You're
hot
in the
ghost?
How, okay, first of all, what the fuck were you doing in the orchard?
Yeah, what were you guys doing out there?
So,
You guys are getting lit,
so we
weren't
would we would go out in the orchard and just fuck around and just drive around there like trying to find shit, right?
Yeah.
Like typical.
So you're out there looking.
19-year-old
Yeah,
teenager.
but we've never look. This
So
is
this
like
is the first encounter, but
this
you
is
guys
like 3 weeks, like in the making, right?
Yeah.
So we've been doing this all winter, right? We've been going out because
Was it Gary
it's cold
guys?
outside.
Yeah, it was Gary guys.
Yeah, it was Gary guys, right?
Mhm.
So we were just driving around and we would have known we would have found something like before, like you. I know you guys are saying it might have been just your mind tricking you.
Yeah.
But then what? How haven't we seen it multiple times? We've only had one encounter
Mm-hmm.
like that, right?
That was my first encounter with something like that, dude. That was
Yeah.
pretty trippy.
That is
Somebody
pretty
running
cool.
across
But
my
like, why
house.
don't you describe the figure you saw? I don't.
So it's like, okay, you know how a person would like runs and you see like a
How
shadow of
fast
him?
was it?
It was pretty quick, fool.
Like,
Quick.
like not human.
Like
Yeah.
not humanly speed, like
Yeah.
above, like abnormal
Above.
speed.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what he's saying
Kind of
is
like floating.
really
Yeah.
fast, but human figure.
Yeah.
So
But not like too
Do you
fast
think?
for a
Do you
human.
think that could have been correlated back to your story of the person dying on your property?
Honestly, it could
Maybe,
have.
oh, that's an interesting point because
Yeah.
Yeah.
he got
What
shot,
was it
right?
in the vicinity?
And
of
he
that
was
area?
running. Was he not running?
No.
He was running from whoever was shooting him.
Probably. Yeah.
Huh.
He was still alive when he
Oh,
left
and
my
that's-
property, but pretty much he died like right here.
Before he even got to the hospital, though, right?
yeah, he got
before.
shot here, but he didn't die. Exactly.
On the property.
Yeah. But like this was the last place he was. So
He
pretty
was.
much like this is where he would probably get like, you know, drawn to.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you guys see anything trippy when you guys are leaving, like, you know, I wasn't lying.
Thanks, Ashby.
Yeah, we'll keep
Keep
an
that
eye
in
out.
How about we tell our other friend's story?
Which one?
We all know that one
About them picking up that girl?
about the picking up the girl one and the one on Taylor Road.
The one on
Is
Patterson?
that the same
What?
one?
Picking
Right?
up
Same
like
one?
a hooker?
No,
or-
that's not the same one. No,
It's not the same one, but it's
Not a
it's a
hooker
very
one?
similar.
Picking up a girl,
outcome.
I'm sure the listeners are.
And I always wonder, like, why the outcome, like, why are there a lot of outcomes like that?
There's a lot of stories about Taylor Road, dude.
Yeah, wait.
Taylor
let's,
Road at
let's,
3
let's,
a.m.
let's
We'll get
explain,
into that later.
Let's explain the story first.
So I believe one of our buddies, like, I'm not gonna name any names.
Yeah.
But 2 of our friends, they're coming back from Patterson, California. As we all know, like, going to Patterson, like, there's no lights. There's nothing out there.
It's
like,
dark.
Yeah,
Just straight
it's
dark.
country road.
It's dark as shit, country road, pitch black. Like, if you... Alright, so back to the whole Patterson story. So-
Patterson, Taylor Road, right?
No, we're talking about Patterson. We'll get to that later.
Oh, it's a different story.
It's a different
I don't
story.
think I've heard this one.
Alright, so a couple of our buddies are coming back from Patterson. I don't know what they were doing out there, but they're on their way back. And it was sometime around, I want to say maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. So they're on their way back, and as they're driving, they pass up this street, not a street light, but like a, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's like a little point,
Post
like,
light.
yeah, it's like a little post light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a little lamp out there. They come like every so often
In the middle of a country road.
in the middle of the country where it's
Oh,
pitch
like
black.
those old wooden.
Yeah, there's just like
like
those
lamps.
little lamps. So as they're approaching this lamp, like they see like a figure, like a lady walking, and they're like, "What the hell? Like, what's going on?" It's like she's in the middle of nowhere, and it's late, and there's nothing out there, and there's no like.
But it wasn't like a crackhead. It was like normally dressed.
No, it looked like a normal lady, like a normal, well put together lady, like no drugs, nothing like that.
Well put together, like hot.
No, like a normal lady, like a
Okay.
nice lady.
Like
You know what I
elegant.
mean?
Okay.
Yeah, like your freaking neighbor. I don't know, bakes cookies and shit. You know, like the cookie cutter type.
All right.
So they see her walking, and they're like, "Hey, like you know, like she's out here alone. Like, should we pull over? Like, what should we do?"
It's dangerous for her.
Yeah, like they were trying to look out for her, and she looked normal. She looked fine. Obviously, you know, if it's something creepy, obviously they're not gonna stop. So they stopped, and they asked her. They're like, "Hey, oh, like did you have any car trouble? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, like, do you need help? Do you need a ride?" And I guess she said, "Oh, I'm just trying to get home." She mentioned she's trying to get home. I don't know where home is. And I guess she told them to go ahead and drop her off at this point. I don't know the street. I don't know where it is exactly. But anyways, long story short, she gets into the car. And as they drive off, one of the drivers, one of our buddies who's driving the car, looks in the rearview mirror. And he noticed, it's weird, right? So he notices, he turns around.
The lady's in the back seat.
She's in the back seat while the other two friends are on the side. They got window seats. She's in the middle.
Oh, she's in the middle of them.
She's in the middle of them.
So there's 4 people besides the lady in the car.
Besides the lady, yeah. There's
Okay.
4 of them. So she's in the middle. So as they're driving, the driver looks back. Everything's normal, right?
Through the rearview mirror.
No. Over the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Everything's normal.
That's not safe.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, obviously it wasn't for a prolonged period. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know, when you glance back. So
Don't
he
take your
glanced
eyes
back.
off the road.
Yeah, safety first, kids. So he glanced back. Everything's normal. They're driving, and then he takes a look at the rearview mirror, and like that's when it starts to get a little trippy. So he looks in the rearview mirror, and he sees the lady that they just picked up, like old and like beaten up, like.
Oh, so she like changed.
She changed, like she was an old, like frail lady.
But before that, she was like.
She was young. She was like normal,
Like beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what beautiful. I mean, who knows how she looked?
But elegant.
But she looked very, like put together, like I said.
Like
I don't
nicely dressed. And
Nicely dressed.
From
just
a good home.
a good home, like a normal family member. You know what I mean?
stuff. And then she turns into like an old.
And
raggedy...
so as he looks into the rearview mirror, he sees the passenger as an old lady.
Uh-huh.
So he trips out. He doesn't want to say anything. He doesn't want to alert any of the other drivers. So what he does, he ends up like kind of like pushing over to the driver's side, you know, to his buddy, kind of like to the passenger side.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like brushing him to like, hey, hey,
Check
look
it
at the
out.
mirror, yeah, kind of check it out, like, hey, like, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Like look into the rear view.
Yeah. So he was.
So the people in the backseat are unaware?
They're unaware at this point.
They're probably not looking at her, you know.
No, not really. Obviously, you know, that's kind of
so,
weird. Anyways,
yeah,
right?
so that's weird. Why
So you're
would
not
you
gonna do
look
that
at her?
anyways.
You're right.
So he.
I wonder if they would have looked at her, like if she appeared that way, or
Yeah.
if it was just through a mirror.
It was just through a mirror. So yeah, here let me finish. So he got the passenger to go ahead and look through the mirror without making it obvious, right? Because he didn't want to alert everybody else. So the passenger goes ahead and looks in the rearview mirror and sees the same thing, like it's an old lady, and then both of them are tripping, like holy shit. And then all of a sudden the driver's like hey, he's like he's like I need to go ahead and drop you off here. Like you have to get out. You have to leave.
Yeah.
And like I mean nothing crazy happened after that. She's just like, oh okay, I'll get out from here. So they drop her off. And so they drop her off and they take off. Everything's normal. And then I guess like a few days later, like they realize there was a lady there that passed away just a week ago.
And it was her.
And we don't know if it's her.
But
it was in the same vicinity.
Did they look
same
up
area.
the lady who died? Like
Yeah, it was in the news. Yeah.
What
So they looked up. So they looked
when
up
she got
her.
out of the car,
So they looked up
So
her
when she
picture.
got out of the car,
she was normal.
she looks normal. But when they would look through the mirror, she would look like she's old and rotten.
Okay, wait, but
Not literally rotting, but like really old.
okay, but this lady that died there.
Yeah.
When they looked up the newspaper, did that face match the one they saw when they picked her up?
No, that I don't know. I don't know the full story about all that. They just know they.
And what
said-
about the passengers in the rear that were sitting there? They never
They
saw it.
normally.
They
never saw it.
They
through the
never
mirror.
saw it until like the two told them like what happened because both of them were wondering like, hey, why did we drop her off? Like, shouldn't we get her home at least? Like, why did we just leave her in the middle of nowhere again?
Mhm.
And then they explained it to him, and they're like, holy shit.
That's crazy.
Never
Yeah.
pick up.
Yeah. Long story short, don't pick up hitchhikers. Yeah.
Damn, I just did last week.
Yeah, it's a trip, man.
Then you got another.
And like I said, like,
Unless it's me, unless you see me, pick me up.
no. And like I said, like I would kind of discredit the story, but the fact that two people can vouch for it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they're both pretty level-headed guys. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to
They're not like
talk
crazy.
out of their ass, and they've never mentioned anything like this before. So I'm like, all right, that kind of makes
And
sense.
those guys have another story, don't they? Same people.
Yeah, so that's the Taylor Road story. It's
Mm.
kind of similar. I don't know why shit follows them. Maybe they got some weird shit. I don't know. Just something.
I know.
about it.
I know. Our friend Sukhjinder has a story. We'll let him talk about that after. But why don't we say this? Taylor
Yeah.
Road
So the
story
whole
first.
Taylor story.
So if you want to move up, before we talk about that,
Yeah.
go for it. So the mic
So
can hear you.
so we have this road where we all live in this town called Turlock, California, right?
Yeah.
And so we kind of live on by this road by our houses.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the main road to kind of get on the freeway, right? You could
Mhm.
kind of say
It's the
Yeah.
easiest way.
it's the easiest way to hop on the freeway.
It's literally.
There's
just
not
a
much
straight
lighting
shot.
on there. It's pretty out there.
But it's
kinda
very long.
like, but it's very long. Yeah,
it's
it
literally
goes
a
down for a
straight
long
shot.
time.
So
to the
if
highway.
one side of the street, there's developed homes. It's like Turlock, like suburban neighborhoods.
Yes.
And then on the other side, it's just
Complete farmland.
it's just farmland, trees, orchards.
Farmland and orchards.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then
call
there's also what is it called? The thing that divides that to the dirt. Canal.
Canal. Yeah, there's a
canal
canal
on
to the side.
Then there's like a brick wall. Then the houses with the
Yeah.
civilization.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, there's civilization on the other side too. But
But, like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
but anyways,
You can say?
and the weird part is, you guys ever see like when we turn on to Taylor Road from Gear Road?
Yeah.
You ever see the corner? There's like that
yeah,
Jesus sign.
there's a lit up
Yeah,
Jesus.
right?
There's
right?
a lit up
I've
cross.
always wondered why that's there and why they always turn it on at night.
Yeah, so there's a lit up
I don't know
cross.
if it has anything to do with this story, but
No, but they. You know
But
what
they
say?
tie
They're-
it to the
you-
story.
huh?
They say they don't turn it on. It turns on automatically and it turns off automatically.
It turns off automatically. Yeah, and it's
That's what they say.
and if you guys ever come, like you'll see it, it'll always be on at night.
Oh yeah, it's
Always.
always on.
Yeah.
Always on at
It's
night.
I think it's been there ever since I can remember.
And it's a pretty big Jesus sign. Like you can
Yeah.
see
It's
it
a
like
cross.
clearly. Yeah.
It's a cross.
No, it says Jesus.
It says
I think there's a
Jesus on it.
cross on there too, but
It says Jesus on there.
I'm talking about the cross, the
I'm
lit
talking
up
about the
cross.
sign that says Jesus.
what lit up cross?
I've never seen the lit up Jesus sign. I've seen the cross.
I've seen the
No, there's a lit up
sign.
Jesus sign.
No.
It might be the same sign. I think you guys seen like one part of the sign.
I've never seen anything like Jesus. I've seen just a cross.
Alright, we can. You know what?
I think it
We'll
says.
test this one.
Yeah,
it
we'll
says-
check it out. Oh yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
we'll leave. It's actually 2:14 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
You know, actually, they say that like ghost
From
hour.
3
It's
to
Hey, yeah.
5.
Hold on. Let me finish the story and we'll get into that. I got it.
That's crazy. Well, we haven't.
So
Fuck.
so
Well,
there's this
God help us.
sign either with the cross or Jesus, in writing.
It's religious, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
whatever. So it turns on every night, and so a couple of friends, they used to DJ back in the days. They just got done with their DJ gig. They packed their equipment and everything in the van. So as they're driving on Taylor Road heading home, they see a figure in the back, the driver and the
In the rear view.
in the rear view. So the driver and passenger both see this.
But they didn't pick anybody up this time.
No, this time, yeah, no one was picked up. And they both see a figure in the back. None of them said anything, and they drove all the way home. I don't know the whole story, but pretty much they both saw something, but they didn't alert each other. Kind of similar to HP's
HP and okay. Yeah, like what
Sukhjinder's
just happened.
Yeah. And then afterwards, they're like, hey, like, did you notice what I noticed? And then he's like, yeah, dude, but I was so scared, I didn't want to say anything.
In the rear view.
Yeah, and
So
it's
what did they see?
And there's another one where, so as they're driving, they see a girl running off to the side in white, complete white,
Yeah.
and then you see
Another
an
white-
older lady, it looked like her mom, like a mom type figure, running after her, and then another lady, older lady, and an elderly lady behind her, like chasing one another. And
So
then
it's
when
like 3 generations of.
kind of like 3 generations or the same person as they ate.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could look at it both ways. But so they see those 3 figures, and they trip out. They're like, hey, what? Like, did you guys see what we saw? So they go back to go drive and see, like, you know, like if they're still there, or if it's like, you know, actually somebody that needs help or something.
That's how you get killed, man.
Yeah. So anyways,
in the scary movies,
yeah.
the people were like, "Oh, you know what? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go back and investigate.
Let's go." Yeah.
How about no?
Those are
No
the people
thanks.
that die.
Yeah. See
You don't want to do that. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
So they go back,
White people,
and it was like never to be seen
don't
again.
do that.
Yeah.
But they never saw that.
Yeah. So when they went back, they did not see him at all.
That's crazy.
They were just there for a glimpse.
But like, this is a story told by a lot of people. I've heard that same girl running through the street story from 3 different people.
From a different account
Yeah.
also.
So it's not just one account.
Like, I wonder if there's something that happened on Taylor Road.
There's many things that's happened on Taylor Road.
Yeah, there's a lot.
it's
I mean,
probably one of
Because
the
there
oldest-
used to be a lot of barns and like farmland out there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
before it was developed, actually very recently it got developed.
Yeah.
But before that, it was farmland on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
This road is probably close to 80 years old, I would say.
I think
Probably
80?
70.
maybe more.
70 to
It's up
80
there,
years
man.
old.
It's like one of the
very-
oldest. Yeah, it's one of the oldest.
Very old.
Our city itself is about 100,
Yeah.
No longer. It's more than
maybe a
100.
little bit more than 100.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's younger.
Sure.
Than that.
No,
No,
it's
Turlock
not,
High-
because Turlock High is 100 years old.
Oh, really?
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
100
Turlock
and
High School itself is
100
100.
and when I was a freshman, it's like 105.
That
now.
guy's older than that.
Which, yeah, and yeah, there you go.
Richard,
Richard
Overton.
Yeah.
He's older than
Turlock
that.
wasn't even developed back
It wasn't
then.
even
When he was born, Turlock
It wasn't even on the
born.
map.
Maybe it might have been. We're not 100% sure because we're.
That's
what
who knows the complete history?
Yeah.
I don't know when
I
Turlock
don't
was
know.
established.
Yeah. It's Turlock, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 1906 or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, nobody wants to hear about Turlock, guys.
Yeah. It's a pretty boring
Yeah, no one
town.
wants to
Nothing
hear about
really
the
happens
valley.
here, but
Still a small little shit suburban.
It's a good
town.
There's
town.
some fun things that go around in the valley. We got some fat.
We got some orchards.
What do we got?
We got
yeah,
orchards.
we got some cornfields and
We got some farmland.
goats.
We got some pretty nice horses,
Yeah.
cows. We got a lot of lifted trucks and a lot of rednecks.
Please pay us so we can move.
Yeah, go ahead and like, comment,
Go
subscribe.
ahead and donate.
So we can get
Let's-
the fuck
Let's
out
start
of
a
here.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
GoFundMe. Move us out of Turlock, California.
Yeah.
Please.
But anyways,
We will
so
pay
back to
you
the whole
guys.
thing. Back to the whole thing. I always wondered, like, why do we experience like the phenomenon of like seeing something like when we're driving like that?
I wonder.
Because there's so many stories like that. I always wonder why.
Yeah, and it's always very similar.
And it was very similar. Yeah.
Like, why do ghosts do the same thing? You know, like if
Yeah.
there are ghosts, why would they do the same thing?
yeah.
You know
Or
what I
I
mean?
feel like it's just like a.
I think that's a mind thing.
it's
Because
a mind thing. I
think
feel
about like I wonder if you were born and like throughout the rest of your life, no one ever told you a ghost story or talked about anything relating. Like you had no knowledge
Yeah.
about ghosts or anything like that. I
Mhm.
wonder if you would see anything. Because I feel like it's a lot of like folklore.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't know,
Yeah.
like how could you be scared of something you don't know?
But I feel like there's been
Like, you
accounts
couldn't even
since the
imagine it.
beginning of
No.
time.
What I'm saying is, these kind of accounts have been passed down for generations,
Generations, yeah.
right? And it used to be, I think it used to be a form of like to scare kids or
Yeah.
whatever. It even has religious ties to it,
I'm sure. Yeah.
and like they didn't have a way of explaining things, so they would come up with all sorts of stuff to
Like
explain
ghost
it.
stories.
Yeah, like ghost stories, and then a lot of it had to do with moral stuff, like right. So they had to teach children,
yeah.
like, oh, don't go out at night or whatever.
Like
Yeah,
the Salem
just to kind of
witch
guide
trial.
them, keep them in check.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the Salem witch trial. They used to keep.
Well, the Salem witch trial, they actually thought like witches.
Yeah.
Witches, yeah.
Yeah,
But like
But
the
some
trial-
people would actually do it because they had hatred towards
Yeah.
one another.
Yeah,
They would actually blame-
They would practice.
They would, yeah.
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 Yeah. So they would blame. Oh, he's a witch, so he dies.
So
you
he
know,
dies,
The
whatever.
yeah.
parents would tell the little kids not.
But
to,
anyways,
like,
like
you know,
the
go-
point is, these stories have been passed down for generations,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if they're necessarily true, but why is it always that it's the same deal?
Same,
You
similar.
know what I mean?
story,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's a girl in white,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah, like I
whatever.
mentioned earlier, why is it always white? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. If there are why would they all be wearing white?
Yeah, why white?
And why is it always a little girl?
And why is it
It's
at
not
nighttime?
always a little girl. Though.
Why
That's
is it
just
always
the stories we've heard?
Yeah.
Is it because we tend to see things at night, or our vision's not as
Yeah,
clear?
our vision exactly.
not as sharp?
Our visions. So we have cones and
Rods
rods,
and cones.
in our eyes, right?
Yeah.
And one of them see at night, and one of them
Yeah.
see during the daylight.
Daylight.
And our night vision as humans is not that great.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Like other animals have
Yeah,
way
like
better
cats and
night
stuff.
vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sony A7S II has
Stop.
better.
Badass kind
So please go fund us so
of.
we
Yeah,
can
we'd
get
like to
that.
go ahead and purchase that. Go ahead and click on the link.
Yeah,
below.
but so at night, our vision isn't as great. So of course you're gonna see things.
Yeah, your mind's gonna tend to make
Yeah.
up some shit.
I mean, I don't know.
Now,
Let's talk
what do
about.
you guys think
Let's
about,
talk about Sugjender's. What were you gonna say?
Now, what do you guys think about getting to that? What do you guys think about video evidence and documents?
Yeah, that's another thing. I haven't really seen any. Have you guys?
I've seen a few.
I mean, I've seen a few video clips. I just don't know how true those video
Well,
clips
like,
are.
So, like, if you get past editing and Photoshop and all that, if they were, like, raw formatted videos,
Yeah. No,
right?
I remember seeing some that were checked.
Yeah,
see if
some
there's
that
any
were checked.
manipulation.
Exactly. We've
there
seen
weren't.
them all.
Yeah.
And there
Right?
wasn't.
There wasn't any.
And there wasn't, and they're unexplainable events
Yeah.
and unexplainable figures in.
But some say it's like a ghosting thing. Kind of has
Like
to
a
do with the
camera
lens,
glitch.
with the camera.
Oh, okay, like a light.
Yeah, something to do with the light.
Mm.
Yeah. Just something to do with the way the picture was processed.
Yeah,
I mean,
think
who
about it
knows,
this way
man?
though. Everybody wants to find something to believe in, so they're not scared.
Yeah.
So that they make up an excuse.
Yeah.
That's just for people that don't believe in.
I mean, I'll get into that in another subject. Like, I wanted to go over like why everyone is in a religion. Why is there so many religions and why are they all very similar?
Yeah, that's a huge.
Yeah, like we'll get into that another time.
I think
It's
we'll,
like, guys,
it's probably a
watch the
different
movie.
podcast. That's gonna be a long
That's
topic.
gonna be a long one.
Zeitgeist watch the movie.
But anyways, Sook, you had a story, right?
Yeah, it's actually at my
Gender.
Yeah.
it's actually at my cousin's house, which I can't really go there too often anymore because of. So when I was younger,
Can you
we
you get a little bit closer? I don't think they can hear you properly.
when I was younger, I used to spend the night at my cousin's house all the time because it was just down the street. So this one night, it was just time to go to sleep. We were done playing. I was in his sister's room. He was in his room, and his mom was in the other room. And all these rooms are literally right next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So here's
This is a single story house or a double story?
double story.
Uh-huh.
There's a room downstairs also.
So it's a double-story house, and all the rooms of everybody who sleeps in that house are all together.
Basically,
Kind of like how mine's situated.
closer.
Oh,
Like
okay.
mine?
No, literally, you'll walk up the stairs. There's a little like
Like a room after room.
it's alright bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Alright, here alright, you walk straight up the stairs, right? There's like a little spiral type.
Okay.
As soon as you get to the top, like you see this like little wall right here, and then there's cupboards. And then there's a bathroom, my cousin's room, his sister's room, his parents' room.
Kind of like Bubby's layout.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But literally a lot closer.
Yeah. Okay.
It's literally like from turn to turn, you go to each room.
Okay.
And then so I was in his sister's room, and from his sister's room you can like see into the bathroom kind of.
Mhm.
And I had to go to the bathroom, so I kind of like looked up, but I saw like a dark black shadowy figure, right?
In the bathroom.
How old were you when this happened?
Honestly, I was about like 8, maybe 9.
8. Okay.
Yeah, 8, 9. So basically, like it wasn't in the bathroom, but it was like in that vicinity, you know.
Hmm.
And then I, like, as a little kid, would freaked out. Just went under the sheets. The fan was like how HP's is here. You have to pull the string, and the strings were really short, so I couldn't get to it, you know.
Mhm.
And I was just too scared to move. And then I was like, I'm just tripping. I'm gonna look one more time. Checked again, and it was in the room now.
Oh man.
The
So,
shadowy figure
Yeah,
was
it's in the room.
like
now.
in the doorway.
Inside, like in the room.
So
Okay.
wait, you checked to look in the bathroom.
No. I was just trying
So-
to.
You were trying to turn on the
So
light.
he went ahead and covered himself.
I already had looked into the bathroom because I thought I had to go. Like I had to go, right? But I was checking if anyone was in there or not.
Uh huh.
But I saw that and I just went to the under my blankets.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, when you're a little kid, like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't see me, blah, blah,
I still
you
do
know?
that.
Like that's gonna help you.
Yeah, like, this might help me, you know?
Yeah.
Not really, it's like, oh, we can't see me, but, you know, it knows I'm there.
It's really like you can't see it.
Yeah,
So you're-
more like, so you're kind of subconsciously safe,
Mm-hmm.
but in reality, you're really not. But, so now the figure's in the room, right? And I just throw a blanket back on myself. And then I'm like, dude, I'm tripping out that this happening, that's happening, I'm in a dream, blah, blah, you know, trying to come up with all these scenarios to comfort myself,
Yeah.
you know? I take the blanket off one more time, I'm like, you know what, I have to check, let's see what this is. It's right here, like, I would say from the distance HP is from me right now.
This is about 3 feet away.
Yeah, so I would say around there.
It's like 3 feet right in front of your face.
Yeah, right in front of my face, and its arm starts moving up, like, towards me.
Oh, so it has arms and everything.
Yeah, it has arms, legs. I just couldn't make out the face, but I could see the human body. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and I gotta, that's when I, like, jumped. Like, I got out of the room, I ran to my cousin's room, I was like, dude, wake up, like, I'm tripping out, I'm seeing this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he doesn't believe me, you know?
Yeah.
Turn on his light, his mom wakes up, like, you know, what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, no one believes me, they just go, but I couldn't go back to that room, I just went to sleep in my cousin's room, I slept on the floor. Everything's fine, so, like, I just kind of, like, forgot about this, you know? Like, just, like, I didn't want to have the memory, but, like, you know, there's just, like, when certain memories you can't get rid of like that. But now, if I ever go to his house, and if I'm in a room alone,
Mm-hmm.
something makes a noise to make, like, someone is there with me.
Hmm.
So, like, say I'm in his room to go get something, right? Something will be, like,
Just tapping on the wall.
just tapping somewhere, or something will be creaking.
Mm.
If I'm in their living room by myself, you know, like the fan tassels that you pull,
Yeah.
those
Those little tassels that hang down that either
yeah, the little things that you
turn on the
pull.
fan or the light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then if the fan is on, they'll start spinning, right?
Mm-hmm.
But only if I'm alone in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll make a ticking noise. And the way their living room is set up, so they have their garage right here, a dark entryway,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, they have the laundry, a bathroom on the side, a bedroom on the side, and cabinets, like the hallway. So every time they'll start, like, clicking together, it sounds like someone's in that hallway or in that room.
Mm-hmm. So it echoes over there, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll look over there and, like, I'll start, like, tripping out.
Mm-hmm.
And someone will walk in, and the noise magically disappears.
Completely goes away.
Mm.
Like, you could see that the tassels were hitting each other and just started slowing down, stopping.
Soon as someone walks in.
Yeah, like, they start slowing down, right? And I've noticed this every time.
Hmm.
And then as soon as they're gone, within a minute, I would say, they start spinning
Have you tried
and, like...
having someone else in that room while you were walking away?
So no one else has experienced this besides you.
No one that I know, like, I haven't talked to anybody about this either.
Yeah, I remember I talked about him last time. He hasn't
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Not to
Anyway.
any of them.
Mm.
I would mention it and see if they feel the same thing.
Well, I've experienced another similar to that. Like, I haven't, like, the only time I've seen something is in that orchard, but I've heard footsteps before. Like, one time I was at my friend's house, we just got finished swimming,
Mm-hmm.
and I was upstairs, and he was in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
So I was upstairs just chilling. I didn't have the TV on. I was just on my phone, and nobody was home. Everybody had left to go change. Like, I just came back.
This was your house or somewhere else?
This
Friend's
is
house.
someone else's house.
Oh, okay.
So I just went upstairs. He's like, I'm gonna shower real quick. Just chill.
Is this like an older house or something?
Probably built in like 2002.
Oh, so pretty new.
So
It's a
pretty
newer,
new.
it's a newer development.
So yeah. So you wouldn't expect anything, right?
Yeah.
So I was just chilling up there on my phone, and say again, like, no one's home. And their dog's outside, so there's no way I could have heard anything else. I hear tapping on, and they have wood floors, so you could hear when someone's walking.
Yeah.
So it sounded like
But see,
someone
with
was
wood
walking?
floors, like, you
Sound-
tend to hear a lot of
Yeah.
creaks and
But
cracks.
it
I
wasn't-
think that
it
has to do
wasn't
with
just-
That's
pressure
to do with
changes.
air pressure, yeah.
But it wasn't just one. It was like
It was a
someone
constant-
walking,
It was like multiple
Yes.
steps. Okay.
right? So I heard that, and it freaked me out because
Yeah.
Because I was just like, what could that be? Is that one of my buddies coming back?
Yeah.
So I called out for a name.
Mm-hmm.
No one answered, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it freaked me out.
No one else was home at the time.
Yeah, and then I told him right as he got out of the shower, and he's like, "Dude, my dad hears the same exact things when he wakes up for work."
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like with my occurrence, like it happens to me anytime I'm alone in that house, like still till this day.
Do you ever wonder if it's not something related towards you?
But
It happens every time, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's related to the family itself.
Yeah.
Or something to do with that house.
Yeah.
Right? How old is the house?
It was built after my house. My house was built in 2001. So I want to say.
So it is like a newer house.
Yeah, it was. I want to say they.
And they were the first owners.
I believe so.
Well, we don't have really old homes.
Yeah.
Actually,
what? Not in our area.
Not in this area, but there are older homes here.
There are.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not like the home, but the land.
The land.
It could be like an
Yeah.
Indian burial ground.
Land
Yeah.
disputes,
Yeah.
Indian burial ground.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, I wonder, or it's just something that's following the family because of maybe something that they've done or that's happened. I mean, we
That's
don't know.
assuming this is like.
This
real.
this is all I'm just.
See, one thing I didn't mention is that they used to have an older brother. When I was at the age of 8, he was 16.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say.
Gore used to have an older brother.
He was. No, I don't think anyone knows about this. But he was like, he was disabled, like he couldn't talk, couldn't move,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like he had to be like fully taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had these occurrences, he was still alive. But then he passed away over a summer a while ago. But like,
How many years ago now?
I'm not sure. It's been a while.
But he was still alive, so you think it might have been him?
No, but like he was still alive at the time when I was.
While it
having
was
these,
happening.
You know, but then like I kind of like the way I try to comfort myself with all this situation is like, oh, it's him trying to like contact me because like me and him had like a really good bond. Even though we couldn't talk, like you could just tell like we had that good relationship, you know.
No.
And then so like I try to comfort myself with thinking it's him, but then like I can never shake the fact of how I saw that dark, shadowy figure. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Actually, I've never really had an occurrence.
So weren't you looking for a new house?
Oh, that's right.
That was kind of trippy, man.
Yeah.
So I feel like a house like that would definitely have some sort of.
Oh, this is crazy right here. This is crazy. And this is all true facts.
Yeah, this is real.
This is facts.
It was all in
right
the
here.
news. This is all well documented.
So we were
this was
looking.
on the news?
It was on the Turlock.
Yeah, well, I'll show you. It was on the Turlock News.
Yeah.
It wasn't on like CNN, but. So we were looking for houses basically, and we saw one that was extremely cheap. And we were like, we knew something had to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's
You
too
know?
good to be true.
But like we're like, oh, let's just check. Like, what if it's not? Like, what if-
Yeah, it
just in
doesn't hurt to
case. You know what I
check.
mean?
Like it's just in our head.
And it was like, wow, that's so cheap. Like we weren't even because we didn't like the house,
Yeah.
but we were like, oh, we could like flip this or put it on rent or whatever because it's so cheap.
Yeah.
So we went to go look at the house. It was me, my mom, and the real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
And the real estate agent has never even been in Turlock. Well, she has. She's from Modesto.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how we contacted this person. I don't know the whole details.
Yeah.
But basically, this real estate agent has never been in the house either.
Uh-huh. So it's her first time also.
Yeah. So we were all checking out the house for the first time. And the house looked fine. Like, there was nothing...
Was this an older house or a newer house?
It was a
No,
newer
it was
house.
a newer development.
It
It's
was-
kind of like by Prob's old house, remember?
Yeah, he lives there again now. You know that, right? He's still
Oh, okay.
there.
So it was in that area.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it wasn't like a cul-de-sac. And it was a nice looking house. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like torn down or anything. It was perfectly clean. And we all walked in. We looked inside. And I don't know, as soon as like I felt... I might be just making this up after. I don't even know.
Mm.
But I feel like I remember like a weird feeling when I walked into that home. Like a really dark, like weird feeling.
Just like a weird vibe.
Yeah, like a weird vibe. Like something like... Some shit happened. And
Yeah.
that could have just been like... Oh, the house is really cheap. Someone probably got murdered here. I don't know. Like, I didn't think
So
about that.
you already had like a
Example.
I don't know if I did, but subconsciously I might have.
But not realizing it.
Yeah, but so we went in, we checked the house out. We went upstairs, you know, everything. And then I opened the garage, and there's 2 cars parked in the garage. And well, that's fucking weird. Like, why are there why are there 2 cars here? There's no furniture at all. But there's 2 cars. So I'm tripping out, like, what the fuck? Why are there 2 cars here? And then, like, 5-10 seconds of me, like, tripping out by the cars, there's this loud ass noise in the garage, like a really loud, like
what kind of noise? Like a pop noise?
It was like a pop crank type of thing.
What do you mean?
Like, it was like the garage moving.
Kind of
but
like
it,
spring.
but it was not a pressure change. Cause there's always, like, if
you know, sometimes when you enter the garage,
yeah.
like,
So if you open your garage door, there's always, like, there's pressure hits.
There's always like a yeah.
So the garage, like, makes a noise, but it was not that noise. It was like a loud, like, weird noise, and I didn't even go in the garage because I was creeped the fuck out right there. I was like, what the hell?
Plus there's 2 cars in there.
I closed it and I went to the real estate agent and I was like, hey, there's 2 fucking cars in the garage.
Yeah,
what is
what's
this?
that about?
Yeah, why are there 2 cars in the garage? That's weird. And she's like, she didn't know at this time because she hadn't read all the paperwork, I guess.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I don't know. It's probably just, I don't know, the family left it, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at my mom. We're discussing this house. I'm like, dude, this is really cheap. Like, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the real estate agent's like, oh, so apparently someone was murdered here.
Yeah.
And we were upstairs.
Like, thanks.
Oh, we're like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's get the fuck out of
That's
here.
nice to know you can have.
Yeah. So immediately, I'm like, all right, mom, we're not getting this house.
Yeah.
So we left, and luckily the neighbor was outside.
Mm-hmm.
It was like daylight. It was like 12 o'clock noon.
Yeah.
Right? So the neighbor was outside. So I went over there and I asked her. I was like, hey, so apparently someone was murdered in this house.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? And she goes,
just hella blunt.
yeah. And she goes straight up without like any, like, blunt as fuck.
Yeah.
She just
goes
goes,
to the point.
yeah, so the son murdered his whole family and then killed himself in that house. And I started laughing. Because I don't know why I started laughing.
Yeah. No, some people have that mechanism. Dude.
No, it wasn't like, oh, I'm in shock and I started laughing.
Yeah.
I was literally laughing like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is that? Like, it went from one murder to a fucking
whole
an entire family.
a son killing his whole family and then killing himself.
Yeah.
And I literally laughed like, what the fuck? And I thought she was joking at first, and I was like, oh wait. Then I realized, no, she's fucking serious.
Yeah.
It's like an old, middle-aged lady. She
yeah.
wouldn't be like joking.
But they said they were nice people. They were good people.
Yeah, and then that's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Man, like, how does
But like something like that, like for the viewers, like that's pretty unheard of in this town.
in this town, like, this town's
you
very
don't ever
quiet.
hear anything like this. Ever.
It's very peaceful
Yeah.
here. Nothing like that usually happens.
So that's definitely like a trip.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a house like that, I feel like.
How much was this house?
Was this
Yeah.
house?
Yeah, I feel like you'll probably run into some shit.
I think it was that house. I don't know.
But,
I've seen that house.
Let me see.
I mean, houses are pretty similar.
Yeah,
You've probably seen
Mhm.
a house.
Gee.
Mm.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Do it.
Pretty trippy.
Yeah. Shit like that. Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in. One time, I have another story. I've never really had an occurrence like that. But knock on wood. Hopefully, I don't ever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've never encountered a
Wait, were these
ghost.
the cars parked inside?
I
Both
think
cameras.
so. I think so, dude.
A white Camry and a gold Camry.
Yeah.
That's a trip, man.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
creepy.
trip.
I remember the gold Camry for sure. There was a gold Camry on right in
Yeah,
front of
then
me.
that's it. That's it for sure.
What kind of people were they?
They,
I think they were Middle Eastern.
yeah, I think they were Middle Eastern people.
Ronnie.
There's
Bowman.
actually stuff all over the news, and they interview the priest
Yeah.
that so whatever church they went to,
Mm-hmm.
the news interviewed that priest,
It was a chemical.
and he talks about
from
the
a
family.
fire?
He talks about the family, and he's like, "Oh, they were really nice people. Like, you would never think they would anything like that."
Yeah,
would
nothing
happen."
was odd or
Yeah, and it
strange about it.
usually is like that with situations like that. Like,
Yeah.
usually it's like, oh, I never would have thought of this person. Oh, actually, to bring up another point, so you know the Columbine shooting?
Uh-huh.
No.
I was reading so in like 2000, for those of you who don't know, it was a high school shooting, and it was like one of the first of that kind.
Yeah.
Like, before that, a student walking to class and killing his own classmates with a gun was kind of like, it wasn't as common as it is now.
Yeah,
It's sad
like
to say
the
that.
norm.
It's
Yeah,
sad to say that
but
that it's kind of we're not as
it's a
shocked.
controversial point.
But that was like crazy. I think it was in 1999.
It was 1990 something.
Or it might have been even like 2000.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I was watching this TED Talk, and the mom of the shooter was doing the TED Talk.
Uh-huh.
And she's just talking about her whole experience with her, how she never, like, it was like a really nice white lady, well-educated.
Yeah.
Seemed like it was
good upbringing.
Good home, exactly. And she's talking about her son and how she never would have thought he would do anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the day he went to go do the shooting with his friend, he just said bye. Like, bye, Mom, I'm going to school. Like, it's a normal day.
Yeah.
She didn't even know he had a gun.
She didn't have the slightest, like,
she didn't have any clue at all.
Did they ever say how he obtained the weapons?
It was probably illegally.
It's probably legal.
Yeah, because he was 17, I think.
See.
Yeah. That's crazy, right? Like,
That
you
is
never...
crazy.
you.
Why is it always, like, the... kind of like the super straight cut...
Because that's
like average normal people that kind of go crazy.
I don't know.
Why?
Well, usually I don't know if it's
maybe
like
they're
that.
not
So
normal.
these guys died.
There's a lot
You
of
feel like they
problems.
kind of just put on the persona that they're normal,
It's just
and
kind
they can
of
no
a
longer
face.
keep it up.
Yeah, So like a lot of psychological problems are like.
I was
no,
reading. There's a lot of
that's-
psychological problems that develop. Like you'll have nothing, and then boom, it'll turn on like a light switch.
Yeah,
Like
so
they
she
say
was
schizophrenia
talking
can happen
about
in your 20s.
she was talking about depression, like how
Yeah.
he had depression and how she found out after the fact, after he killed people.
Did
and killed
was that
himself.
from like certain occurrence that happened to him?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Just now.
Well, actually, she was saying that he was being called. He's probably bullied at school. Because why else would he?
Yeah.
you
Why?
know,
Yeah.
kill them
So
or
much
whatever.
hatred to school.
So I'm guessing it's that. But but she didn't know. She had no idea whatsoever that he was depressed until after. She found letters and stuff that said like, "Oh, I cut myself today,"
Oh my god.
and stuff like that.
Like a diary.
But he seemed normal to her, like throughout, and she raised kids, and she thought like they were normal kids.
Mm-hmm.
She
So
taught
that person
them.
has siblings, right?
I
Or
think
was
he
he
might
the
have had
one
a
child?
sister. I want to say.
Sister?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not.
That's just crazy.
But yeah, you guys should see that TED Talk.
TED Talks are really interesting, man.
Yeah.
I got a lot.
There was also one
lot
with
of stuff.
Monica Lewinsky did a TED Talk.
Oh really? On what?
Yeah. On
Oh, the whole
yeah.
No way.
The whole Bill Clinton thing.
What?
Yeah.
She was embarrassed.
She did a TED Talk. She talks about that. She talks about how it's embarrassing. Like
She
says
she probably gets grilled on it so many times. She probably just embraces it.
No,
now.
like it ruined her life. Right?
Yeah, of course.
So she I guess she was in love with Bill Clinton. That's what she says on the TED Talk. Like she was actually in love with him.
So it wasn't just like a one-time thing.
Yeah. For him, it might have been.
Yeah.
Or maybe he loved her too. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if they ever spoke after that.
Probably not.
Hey, no lie though, Clinton's a fucking G. Only if he would have gotten away with it.
Not really.
Only if he would have gotten
He's a
away
boss.
with it. Hey, speaking of only if he would have gotten away with it, that reminds me of fucking Scooby Doo. This is completely like I don't know.
That's
terrible,
all a random.
terrible segue here, but so I think we were talking about this earlier, right?
Oh.
So how Scooby Doo and fucking Shaggy are the biggest potheads,
Oh, for sure. They have to. be.
right? Like
They
they eat.
characters.
They
The amount of
fucking-
food those
yeah.
guys eat, and just the way,
And the
like,
way that like their
they
eyes are always
interact.
closed. What the Shaggy is a class A like hippie,
hippie.
straight up
100%.
hippie,
Mhm.
and he like, I guarantee you, the writers like literally.
Oh yeah.
Little like put that in there.
I didn't.
Oh, I've heard somewhere actually that Scooby Doo was supposed to be an adult show. Have you guys heard about that?
No. I was gonna tell you there's another. I'll get into that later, but I actually got to look up that story. But there's like a. So there's this story about like how something to do with what's Scooby Doo's little cousin?
Oh, Scrappy.
Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
So there's something about. There's a story behind Scrappy Doo. He's actually behind it all.
Behind what?
There's like a story, like a theory about how he's behind all the ghosts and everything going on. It's all tied to him.
Like
He's trying to fuck over Scooby Doo somehow.
In that one movie, he was.
Yeah, in that one movie it was.
Yeah,
when
but
they're on
it,
the island.
oh
It
yeah,
shows-
yeah,
there is
yeah,
a movie about
you're
that.
right. But there is a theory like how
Like
how
the
he
whole
started
show.
it all. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
But anyways,
But anyway, that's very plausible, right? That
Yeah.
the writers would make two fucking potheads,
yeah.
right? Because think about it. When was the show? 60s.
Oh man, like it came out a long time ago. Yeah, I would say
Like
like
60s?
Yeah, I want
I
to
grew
say
up
60s.
watching that, dude.
So I want to say
Yeah.
hippie era,
Oh, for sure.
like
Prime
when they
time.
smoked fucking weed all day, right?
Acid, yeah. you
Yeah,
name
like
it.
all kinds of shit. Well, it was
Yeah.
especially prevalent in the 70s,
Yeah, definitely.
but I think the show was made in the 60s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I don't know, I might be wrong. But anyways,
yeah. Go ahead and fact check us real quick. But I want to say 60s. Yeah.
yeah, I want to say 60s.
Yeah.
But that's totally plausible that the writers are like, "Oh, hey, let's make two fucking potheads and
Yeah.
make
And
it."
it's funny how they don't like they don't just blatantly say that they are.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of just it's just kind of like a hidden message in there.
Yeah.
Either you know it. If
Yeah.
you know it, you kind of
It's like as you
kind
get
of
older,
brush it off.
as you get older,
As you get
you're
older,
like,
like you learn.
"Whoa, those guys were
But when you're
fucking
younger,
potheads,
it's so
bro."
innocent. Yeah.
But there's a lot of shows like that.
Yeah, no, there is.
No, there are,
yeah,
and if
there
you-
are.
Like it's grown-ups that are making the shows.
Yeah,
and they've
so
had
they throw in,
past
like, little signs
experiences.
like
Like
Yeah.
when you're little kids, it looks good, you know.
Yeah, like
But
even
once you grow up, you're
SpongeBob,
like, oh,
man. Even SpongeBob has some
yeah.
crazy shit.
Oh yeah, it's got some dirty shit in there.
Yeah, that like you never thought of as a
SpongeBob's pretty
child,
dirty, bro.
Yeah.
and then when you get older, you hear everything else, and then you're like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
you kind of
Yo,
you
that's,
start to think
that's
of it
some
in a
dirty
different way.
shit, right? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Patrick be talking about some dirty stuff sometimes.
I wonder why that's why they added doobie in there.
Scooby
It's like a
Doo.
term. Yeah, like Scooby.
Yeah, like
Dooby-Doo.
what is that? Scooby.
I
Why
don't
would you
know.
name a dog that unless it had to
Scooby
do
Dooby Doo.
You know, it's Scooby Doo.
The song is
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Scooby Dooby Doo?
It's Scooby Dooby Doo.
Yeah.
That's the song's name.
That's all.
What's
Where
a
are
doobie?
you, Scooby Doo?
Yeah, Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but it's
Scooby
Scooby Dooby.
Yeah.
That's just the show's name.
No, that's not the show's
That's
name.
not the
That's what they say.
The
That's like
dog's name is Scooby Doo, but they call him Scooby.
yes.
No, but
Scooby's nickname.
they say the songs, the fucking show's theme song.
Song is
is
Scooby Dooby Doo.
Where are you?
Yeah, so the point here is being doobie, like
Yeah.
a joint.
Yeah, exactly. It's like little shit.
But
like
I don't
that
even
that-
know, like at that
Maybe
time,
the
did they
filmmakers
even.
were high when they made the
Did-
movie.
No,
thing,
like
dude.
people who created it for sure, I think were potheads, or they were on something to create some shit like that. I feel like any cartoon you gotta be on something to be
But
that
they
creative.
are the main characters.
Like, hey,
Dude, I feel like they are, man.
Yeah.
Like even filmmakers or writers, I feel like
They use it.
they use acid or like some
Like
kind
some
of. And I've seen
outside
interviews.
shit,
I've seen
huh?
multiple interviews of like very famous writers
Mhm.
that have used psychedelics,
Yeah,
and they tell stories about it and stuff.
yeah.
It,
And that kinda
I
gives
guess
them,
it
like,
just, it
the,
stimulates your creativity. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not condoning any of that. I don't do any of
Yeah.
that, but it's
Yeah.
possible.
the guy that wrote Alice in Wonderland, he was on drugs when he wrote it.
Yeah, Alice.
Oh, that
yeah.
for sure. he
Alice
was
in
on
Wonderland was crazy as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
That's one trippy ass.
that is a trippy movie.
Yeah.
For little kids, it's like, oh.
Wasn't it a books first?
Creepy.
Yeah.
Dude, as a kid, like when you're watching it, it's weird as hell, man.
No, even as a kid, I was creeped out.
Super
Yeah,
weird.
like, I was
Watching
really
Alice in
creeped
Wonderland.
out when it first came out.
Yeah.
Even Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka is
Willy
like.
Wonka
That
was
shit was
creepy,
weird as
yeah.
hell to me. Too.
I loved
No,
the
I love
Chocolate
that.
Factory.
I
I
liked
love
it,
that
but like,
show.
if
He
you think
died
about it now,
recently,
it is
actually.
pretty creepy.
Did
That
he
guy,
really?
the original.
The original
Oh yeah.
main character, Willy Wonka, the guy who played him. Completely
Just
forgetting
the
his
way
name.
he was, it was like.
I'm totally
weird as
blanking out
hell.
on his name right now.
And why does he live with a bunch of midgets?
They're
That,
working.
They're
did
not
that ever strike
midgets.
anything?
Well, the whole
Right.
idea is it's a chocolate factory.
Yeah.
So like
And
you
he
know,
has
it's-
little dwarfs.
and they have,
and
like,
all
it's
that
a
stuff.
kid
they're
story.
Oompa Loompas, bro.
Yeah,
They're midgets HP in real life. They'd be considered midgets.
No, but
Dwarf.
that story of the dark side. He basically enslaved those.
That's-
Native
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
There's, like, a
enslaved
lot
a
of-
whole culture of
Yeah.
people to work at his freaking chocolate factory.
So maybe there is a hidden message.
There's a
in
hidden
there.
message, bro. I feel like there is.
Nazis, bro.
Nazis. What does that got to do with anything?
Shut
HP?
your mouth.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, so we're not gonna have HP on the next episode.
Yeah, this is why you're a guest.
But,
I'm not a guest.
You're a guest, buddy.
nice, dude. Yeah, but there's just a lot of hidden shit, man. And the older you get is when you tend to realize it.
Yeah.
Like I never thought of that until just right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things.
Mhm.
The awkward silence, bro.
Now that thing about it, at the end of every Scooby Dooby show, he'd always go Scooby Dooby Doo.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, that's gender. Good point.
Good point. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, really. That was-
Even in the movie,
That'll be
No,
suck
even
with
in
his
the, like, okay, but
infamous one-liners.
but that's in like the cartoon characters, right? The actual movie they make too. Remember?
What do you mean?
There's an actual.
No,
like,
they
yeah,
made,
like a
they
real
made
life
movies recently, like 2000.
Hey, the movies were trash.
Yeah, the
They
movies were
were.
trash.
The animated series is good.
Yeah, yeah, the animated the movies
Yeah,
were
true.
I still haven't
trash.
watched the movie.
Hell no.
They were good as a kid.
Even the cartoons now are trash. The old ones like the.
I don't know. I feel like that's
Already.
nostalgia talking.
It could be, yeah. That's
Like-
another.
Because
another
okay,
one.
so my cousin, my older, he's like 27 or 28.
Oh.
So he watched some cartoons that I haven't seen, and he always says like, "Oh, dude, this was the best stuff ever." And then I watched like SpongeBob and like Rugrats and like all those Hey Arnold stuff like
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
And I'm saying, "Oh, dude, those are the best cartoons I've ever seen." So I wonder, like my little brother, he's like I don't know 11 right
Yeah,
now, or
who
even
knows
my
what
little
the-
cousins who are like 4 or 5 years old. I wonder like 10, 15 years from now they're gonna be like, "Oh, dude, the cartoons that are on TV now are trash."
Trash.
When I was
yeah,
a kid,
yeah,
it was because I
Yeah.
feel like every generation does
yeah.
that.
Kind of just reminds me of
Because
But every
childhood.
generation
They
has their
change
own
it,
cartoon.
yeah.
Every generation always says, "Oh, dude, the '90s were the best." "Oh, dude, the '80s
Kind
were
of takes
the
you back
best."
to the good days.
"Oh, dude, the '70s were the best."
Yeah.
Like years from now, we'll be like, "Oh, dude,
But
the
I
'10s were the best."
Yeah.
I honestly think the 90s were the best.
90s was the best, dude.
80s, 70s, the technology just wasn't there.
90s was
As
when
much
we were
as it
born,
was in
guys.
the 90s.
Yeah, I feel like the 90s, they had the biggest change.
Yeah.
No,
Like
I love
2000,
I
there was
love
a
the
lot of
'90s
change,
too.
But it kind of slowed down.
I do. I have a
But-
very strong attachment to the '90s. I mean, I was
Yeah.
born in '98.
Yeah, we were all
But-
born in the 90s, right?
But I mean,
Were we all born in the 90s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were.
No, I was born in the 90s.
except for a G.
He
92.
was born in the 2000s.
That's so crazy.
That sucks. By the way, if
Yeah,
you're born,
I'm a 2000 baby.
like,
That don't even make sense.
no, it makes sense, but like that just sucks. Like if you're born after '99,
Like, I feel like 2000 or like 2002
because like okay, think
was
about
just like, was like a few years ago, right?
it. Yeah,
Did
it
you really
does.
think about it?
It
In the
does.
span of time?
It feels
It
like
seems
oh,
like
it's
it's-
like right there.
Yeah, it was just right
But it's
there.
that's crazy.
But like, you look
But-
at 9/11, 9/11 happened, what, 2001?
One.
One. Oh, one.
And it feels like it happened like a few years ago. Like, I still remember it to this day.
It doesn't feel. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
it doesn't.
I don't
It
remember
doesn't
it.
feel like.
It
that
doesn't
for
feel
me,
like-
because I don't.
It doesn't
remember
feel like it
I
was
don't remember it
16
at
years
all.
ago.
I don't remember it at all either, dude.
That's
remember
that's
it.
what's
You
crazy.
you're a little older, so you probably do
I was in
remember.
third grade when it happened.
Okay, yeah. So.
And your birthday's on 9/11.
Yeah,
That's
funny enough, my
crazy.
birthday is on.
So
No, guys, it's on. It's September 10th.
No,
So-
it's not 9/11.
Oh wait, technically it is, because you were born in India.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, you were born. You were
I
born.
have two birthdays.
No. You were born in India. What day were you born in India? On the 11th.
Ah, I see.
You were born in India on the 11th. So
Yeah.
in America,
Yeah.
it was the
It
10th.
was a 10.
So really, I was born in India too.
Yeah, let's not get.
Damn, that's the first. You're the first one who ever brought that up.
So technically,
Technically,
I don't know.
was.
Leave that in the comments.
No,
Is
no.
my
So
birthday?
technically, I'm a fucking time traveler.
Technically.
Technically, right?
You're actually not, because that's just a...
Shut up, HP.
So if I travel from
you just want
here
to
to
think you're a
India
time
right now,
traveler.
I'm a time traveler. I'm
Yeah,
in the
'cause you're
future now.
magically
Yeah.
just older somehow.
No.
Hey, that...
Time is a man.
Hey, you know what's crazy? So so I was watching Vsauce. You guys ever watch Vsauce?
Yeah.
On YouTube.
sometimes.
It
So
blows my
he
mind.
had a segment like where he would put on glasses. He's like, people who wear glasses, like when you wear glasses, it tends to slow down time by like a certain fraction, but it's like not enough where you can never ever notice, but it slows down time.
When you wear glasses?
When you wear glasses, something to do with glasses.
No wonder you're so slow, dude.
Wait, this is,
Everything.
no,
What?
listen.
That has nothing to do with.
No, listen.
Well, it slows down time, so pretty much
No,
you're...
no, is
slow
it-
every
No,
It's
I'm
slowing
saying
down
nothing to
time.
do with slowing down time.
No, no,
It's
no.
something to do with you're in the past, you're not in the past. You're in the past, you're not in the past.
Yeah.
No,
Like
no,
just
You
okay,
put them
so-
on.
so,
take 'em
probably
off.
something to do with the light that's coming.
Something
into
to do with the
lens.
light.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's something to do
Yeah.
with
Does
light.
that mean
It just
that
it
means-
just
What do you mean,
comes
like-
to you.
But
later.
In the
you'll
past
never
or not
notice
in
it's
the
that fast.
Mhm.
What do you
So
mean
it's
by
probably
in
the
the
same with
past and not in the
contacts
past?
then. You
Huh?
think it's the same with contacts then?
I don't. I think it has to be something with lens, like a lens.
No,
Well,
because-
contacts.
But they are a
Yeah,
lens.
it's a lens.
But
No, hold
It
on,
refracts
Does that
light.
mean,
yeah.
does that mean you see something faster with them on or slower with them on?
I believe it was slower. I think.
But like, if it's slowing it down for you, aren't you seeing?
No, not slowing it down. Like
No, but like you see it slower, so technically does not break. You see it in a more broken down a way than someone without them.
but the thing is, it like
You
you
wouldn't
can't
even know
you can't
small
even fathom that
fact.
sort of, like
Hey.
type.
Like such a
So would you have
small
a faster
number.
reaction than anybody else?
Yeah, like
Because it was
technically-
slowing down.
No, you guys
You wouldn't.
You guys don't like it's.
No,
It's
like,
such a small fraction.
no, you'll never notice.
It's so damn fast. Like a camera probably can't even pick that
No,
up.
I understand.
No
that, but I'm
camera
just
can
talking,
pick
like,
that up. Nothing
tech-
would
like,
ever pick that
technical
up.
I know
terms.
that, but
Yeah.
like I'm just saying, like,
Like,
would you
technical
So
have a
terms.
faster...
so to your point, no,
no.
it's not gonna make no difference.
No, of course not gonna make a difference, but technically speaking,
No,
No.
not
That is
technically
the
because
technical
That is technically
that's
speaking.
technically
Theoretically speaking.
Theoretically,
There,
yes.
that makes,
Theoretically
that's the word.
speaking, yes.
Theoretically.
Drop a card,
Say it together now.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
want to get...
Fuck you.
So that's always something
That's why he's a guest.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And I think
We're
we
not
don't talk
guests.
about
Soup
it
beer is
enough.
the guest.
Oh, and I was probably just completely talking on my ass, so you guys can go ahead and watch that video.
And there's like a whole different point to
And
the
you
video.
can kind of go over yourself. No, because I don't know if it's in the past or the future. It's one or the other.
It's probably like a 10-minute video.
Dude, there's some
Someone got
crazy
bored
ass
at
fact
Vsauce
check
minutes.
videos out
Yeah,
there.
go ahead and fact check me. But yeah,
You bump the table, that will make a noise on the mic, sir.
yeah. So
I
a little
didn't bump
bump
it.
was due to HP's foot.
There was no bump, fool. This fool probably bumped it.
What are you talking about? I'm way over here, bro.
All right.
We got a good mix of friends.
Yeah, we got a bunch of good guests here.
Bunch of dweebs.
Yeah, our biggest guest is Sook.
Yeah, we'll
biggest
see.
dweeb is
Podcast
Garrett's.
number 2, you won't hear HP.
Podcast number 2.
I don't think it's gonna
So
get
Ginger
to
was
podcast
taking
number
shots,
2.
bro.
Podcast
He's even
number
taking
2.
shots at me live. Bastard.
Podcast number 2 titled Final Cuts.
Final cut.
All right, well, we're at like an hour 16 right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We could cut it off here. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
There's actually a lot.
Well, I
of
wanted
things
to
you
talk
could
about
go
the
so
into.
concept
many.
of time.
There's a
Well,
lot of...
Huh?
But that'll
Aliens.
probably take a while.
What do you want to talk?
The concept of time.
The concept of time, that's crazy.
That's gonna be another one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
a
lot.
lot.
That has to have his own podcast.
That, yeah, that's gotta be his own shit.
Yeah, because
So, yeah, we'll save that for another day.
solved a while ago.
Oh, it got solved.
Yeah, so basically,
Oh, save that for a different podcast. We'll save it.
He's gonna forget.
but do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah, tell us afterwards.
After the podcast.
After the
okay.
podcast.
Alright,
You just cut it out.
But,
Then we'll do some
uh,
research and see if it's true or not.
it is true.
Okay.
But like, so how we got into the whole thing with ghosts and everything? What do you guys think about aliens?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
aliens.
They are.
Like, who in here actually believes that there are?
Oh, I think there's...
I believe
Okay,
there's other
I
life
think
out there.
I think there's aliens out there.
Oh, I believe in
for
it.
sure.
100%.
There's no way there's... Like,
Okay.
how...
It's almost
Hey, but
mathematically
guys-
impossible for.
Guys,
For their
the
knowledge,
the
aliens,
universe...
but there are actually other people out there.
There could be
There's infinite...
You know,
possibilities, infinite.
Crazy.
We
No,
call
like,
them
forget
aliens.
They say
aliens.
whatever can be, will be.
Yeah, but we say they're aliens because we don't know how they look like.
So
But
look,
they could
But
look
to
like
them,
this
you
was
and me.
aliens.
This
They
was
could look like you and me.
the thing that proved it for me, right? So in our galaxy, obviously, we have the planets farthest away from the sun that can actually attain life if they had an
The
atmosphere,
Goldilocks zone.
right?
Yeah.
Not too hot.
And-
NASA
these-
just found like 6 of them.
Yeah, they did.
So these has been
I don't know
around
how
for
many.
billions of years, right?
Something like that.
We
They've
really
been-
Go
need
ahead
to
and
start...
fact check us.
We need to really start like
Yeah, we
fact
need to
checking
get
all
it.
this
They've
shit.
they've been around for billions of years. Obviously, we can't see into the planets. We
Yeah.
just know they're there at this point,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? So is it possible that they have life? And then also
You
to
can't
back
see
up my
into
point, Mars. Obviously, they found evidence of water being on Mars
At one time.
Yeah.
at one time, right?
On the
And-
both ends of Mars, there's actually ice caps. You know that? There's ice there.
So there's
At the-
water
at
there
the
right
ends?
now.
Technically, I guess there could be, but it's frozen ice on
That's
one
water.
end and the other end.
That's still water.
The bottom and the top of the Mars.
Would that actually?
That is water.
Really?
Then.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, that's
I've
what I-
only heard of they found like actual proof that there was water there once,
Oh, there was. Yeah. At one point,
Right?
yeah. Of course.
and it could sustain life, right?
Mhm.
They said it was possible
Yeah.
that they did have an atmosphere before.
Mhm.
So that's the biggest factor for me. Even in our galaxy, there's a possibility of life millions of years ago. But yeah, like.
Well, let's talk about like Earth. When the Big Boom happened, and I don't know how many years later probably the Earth formed, but there had to be so many conditions
that had to have gone
be
right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
In order to create just one cell.
Perfect.
And that goes to the simulation theory.
Yeah.
Like how, like those situations are crazy. Like how does it even
happen?
Yeah, like how does it's crazy. I mean, I think we're gonna have to put that in a different.
No, it's kind of
podcast.
like it's almost.
But that's
mind-boggling.
that. To be fair, the Big Bang theory is just a theory.
Yeah.
They actually do. They
it
don't
hasn't
know
even
the
been
origin
Or you know what's
story.
crazy with another
Well,
like.
it's a widely researched like there.
But there's so many holes. There's so many holes,
Yeah.
and they really don't know.
I think this is a topic that we should just kind of discuss on another podcast.
Yeah,
'Cause
research.
I
it
don't
a
feel
little
like
more.
we don't have enough time.
We gotta research it more, and we have to have facts.
Yeah.
You can't just
We gotta
bullshit
go
out of our
fact check
ass.
shit. You know what's a crazy thought though? So like let's say if we did find other beings, right? Like they're in a different solar system or whatever, wherever they may be, like somewhere unreachable. Let's say if they had theoretically they had a telescope
To see us.
crazy enough to see us, they wouldn't see us.
Like it'd be years ago.
It would be dinosaur age.
Dinosaur.
Because the light still hasn't hit them yet.
Assuming they don't have the technology to somehow bypass that.
Somehow bypass that, yes.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But what if
So
they did?
that light still hasn't traveled that far to where...
Oh,
So
yeah.
you're saying even the planets that we're seeing now might not actually be.
No, that's
They
true.
might not actually look
They
like
might
the-
not look like that at all.
No, that's legit true. Like,
Yeah.
well, planets
That goes in
like
time.
millions.
But
of
like
light
the
years
ones
away.
that are around here, like it has to be...
Yeah,
I'm talking about
really
like a
far.
far distance.
Like-
Like Mars obviously is going to be Mars.
Yeah, Mars is Mars.
Like they had a rover on Mars, so. But we
Yeah.
No, like our own
But
solar
isn't
system.
that a crazy thought though? Like them looking back, they would see
Yeah,
dinosaurs. Because the
And
light
no, what's
hasn't traveled that
crazy
far
is
yet.
like
That's
how
crazy.
how fast is light, right? Like
Yeah.
you turn on a fucking switch and the light turns on right away.
Instant.
You don't even have you can't tell the difference between lights
On-
off. Like
yeah,
there's no
on,
time
off.
in between
No, there
on
isn't.
and off for us, right? And this fucking planet is so far away from you
Yeah.
that it takes light time to get there.
A light time.
That's
yeah.
crazy. So even
Light
at,
time,
like,
even a
millions-
few million years.
Yeah, so like a million light years away. What does it
Fucking
mean? Like it takes a
crazy.
million years to get there?
Yeah.
Is
At
that what
the
it
speed
means?
of light.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
At the speed of light?
Yes.
That's fucking nuts.
Like, how are you ever gonna get anywhere? That's how vast.
We
space
have
is.
not even
But they say.
assuming the U.S. military
theoretically-
doesn't fucking secretly have
Yeah,
the speed of
or
light.
that we
or
live
this-
in a flat Earth and there's a dome on top,
Yeah, this is all bullshit.
and the moon landing was all bullshit.
Theoretically, there is something faster than the speed of light.
Oh, there has
That
to be.
in our conception.
In order to
light
get
is the
anywhere or
fastest.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if
Well,
NASA's
that goes
already
into
has
whole
something?
infinity as well. Like, there's so many.
Like they're
there's-
working on
it's
the
in-
warp
infinite.
drive. You guys ever heard of the warp drive? Pretty much, it'll
That sounds
sustain.
like
It'll
something out of
sustain
Star
itself.
Wars.
Yeah, it is almost like Star Trek type of shit.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just runs off the like dark matter.
I've heard I don't know if this is true, but I've heard stories about like I was researching online. I don't know. Online's not usually. It's not always true, but
Accurate.
yeah, I've seen like stories about people inventing things that could sustain themselves, like energy, like infinite energy.
Like the God's particle.
Yeah, like it's always like a I don't know how to describe the shape, but it's always this certain shape. Whenever they make it, it's always this one shape, and they even showed like crop circles
Mm-hmm.
of the same shape.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever people discover these machines or whatever, and they make them, they disappear somehow.
The atom.
No. Like the person who
Oh,
invented
so I watched
it,
a documentary.
They
on this.
disappear
like, they
themselves?
disappear and their invention disappears.
What the fuck?
People say it's like what are they called?
Fuck, we should definitely say this is a different podcast.
Yeah, I think we should too.
Yeah, this is too
We
interesting.
should definitely
Hold
watch
on, hold on.
that documentary.
Yeah, let me revisit all this shit and then.
Well, you should research about it and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
go
guys
ahead
wanna-
and,
so
go ahead and
everybody
clip it at
knows
like
the
one
facts.
something.
You guys want to end this one here?
Yeah, just
people,
clip it at one
people
something.
say the Men in Black are behind that.
Okay, so all right, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say this for.
Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
So Jinder is eating cookies right now. That's what that noise is.
Just
So, yeah, he's fat.
Leave your thoughts below.
HP is casually picking his wedgie.
Sit.
All right,
Almost playing with his fucking
that'll be all.